Greetings all, Dr. X here. All right, so let's start in on homework assignment number 1. The company name is Alice Wanders Trucking Company, and what we've been asked to do is to identify a chart of accounts using correct numbers and classifications for that chart. So the classifications we'll use are assets, liabilities, equity, which is owner's equity, revenue, and expenses. And the numbering system we'll use is a pretty normal numbering system, assets at hundreds, liabilities in the 200s, etc. What we've been given is account titles. And so we're going to start off by classifying each one of these based on the classification system we've been given. So we're going to get started with accounts payable. Accounts payable is a liability account. It's liability because it's money that Alice Wanders Trucking owes to other people, to other companies. Now, other people have accounts set up with Alice Wanders, and that's why there's an accounts receivable. That accounts receivable then is an asset account. Also, other asset accounts that we can see on the list include building, cash, and equipment, as well as supplies. Those are all asset accounts. Now, anytime you see expense, that falls under the expense category. So one expense here we can see is insurance expense. Rent expense is another one. Wage expense is another one. So we're going to put all of those as expenses. All right, prepaid insurance is actually insurance you've bought in advance, like kind of in a bundle you've paid for in advance, and that's actually an asset. Service fees here is fees that Alice Wanders charges other companies. So when it comes in as revenue. So this classification for service fees is going to be revenues. Now, Alice Wanders Capital is like when Alice is putting in money into the company. That's equity. Or you can put owner's equity. In this case, they told us just the word equity, so we'll use that. And then that's also the case when it comes to drawings out of the company. That's also an equity. And then finally, wages payable is the last one that needs to be categorized, and that is a liability. So now we've had all of the counts named. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to add a number to it, the correct number to it. So let's start with our assets. You want to go for the most liquid of assets and start off at 101. So in most cases, at most companies you'll work with, you'll have that asset account and then you'll just add a 101 for cash. Cash is usually a 101 and accounts receivable is usually 102. And then after we've taken care of those, supplies would probably be the next liquid on this list, the next category. So we're going to name this one 120. We'll start at 120 for supplies. And then as I'm looking at the list, probably prepaid insurance would be next. And we're going to name that 130. Now, here's the thing. For the homework, as long as you're putting it in some semblance of order that makes sense in the hundreds, you should be able to get the assignment right. So let's say that you name this 125, or that would probably be fine for this assignment. But for now, let's keep it at the beginning of a number. So 130, 120 for supplies. Next up on the list, I think we'll go to equipment. Nope, buildings is probably next. So for buildings, we're going to name that 140 or number that 140. And then equipment will number 150. And that should take care of all of the assets. Next on the list is liabilities, which we're going to number at beginning at 200. So we'll start at the top of the chart here, and we'll say that this is 201. That's a usual number for a lot of companies for accounts payable, 201. And the only other liability on this list is wages payable. So let's just number that one 202. Next on the list is equity. And so we're going to do that in the 300s. So we'll do capital first and number that one 301. And we'll do Wander's Drawing at 302. Next, we take on revenue. So revenue here, there's only one revenue entry. So we'll make that 401. And finally, we have expenses. Wages expense, we're going to name that one for wages, 501. And then for the insurance expense, we'll do that 502. And finally, for rent expense, we're going to call that one 503. Okay, so now we've done all of, under our chart of accounts here, we've gotten all the titles they've given us, and now we've assigned each one a category and a number appropriate for this system of numbering that we were given. And that is it for setting up a chart of accounts for Alice Wanders Trucking. Now, if you have questions about anything I've covered in today's video, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Otherwise, go ahead and move on to the next video where we'll cover the next part of your homework assignment. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you engaging with the content here on the Womanist Scholar. Now, if you haven't already done so, please feel free to click the like button and also think about subscribing. That way you'll be notified whenever another video like this one comes out. Thanks so much for watching and have a terrific day.